Chances are you've thought about a cell phone signal booster for your car. Why? Because honestly, reception isn't great everywhere. You can't blame the carriers. I mean, you're driving around in a metal or a fiberglass box, and you expect these weak cell signals to penetrate through it. It's a tall order. And the answer is a cell phone signal booster. A cell phone signal booster takes signals from outside, massively amplifies them, and pumps them into your vehicle inside. Now, SolidSignal.com has always sold cell phone signal boosters, but this is the first time that we are offering a cell booster system under our own name. We call it the Solid Signal Rover Duo. And it's a system that lets you use the same amplifier for two different vehicles. Let me explain how that works. You save money because you get one amplifier and it works with two different vehicles. You just take the amplifier from place to place, you leave the antennas securely mounted on the other vehicle. Connect it up, plug it in, and you're in business. Ideally, once you've got it all installed, it should take less than 5 minutes to move it from vehicle to vehicle. This is the amplifier at the heart of all of it. If it looks familiar, it is. It's the same amplifier used in WeBoost's award-winning Drive Reach cell booster system. It's solidly built, made out of metal, nice and heavy stuff, and it's the most powerful booster you can have in a vehicle allowed by law. It's also real flexible. Connects up easily, you've got plugs here and here, and it's even got this little sled in the back. So you've got Velcro here, so you can put it down on anything that's got carpet. Or if you don't want the Velcro, you can just kind of take the sled off and mount it up flat, or mount the sled permanently and the amplifier just kind of clicks into it. The Solid Signal Rover Duo OTR is designed for professional drivers. Whether you drive a big semi or just a delivery truck, this will let you get great cell signal there and also take that booster into your private vehicle whenever you want to do it. That's extra value.
Let's take a look at what's in the box. The first thing you're going to find is assembly instructions. You do get a full printed set of assembly instructions, although I'll go through how to assemble it a little bit later in this video. The next thing that you're going to find when you get into the box are the power adapters. You get two of them and they are identical, one for the car, one for the truck. You also get these little adapters, which are kind of the key to the whole thing, and I'll explain that as well. Inside this box, you're going to find the antenna for the inside. Here again, you get two antennas, one for the car, one for the truck. This is the outdoor antenna for the car, sits on the roof. And you're going to get the amplifier itself. Now this is a perfect time to actually attach those two little adapters you find in the box to the amplifier itself. That way you won't lose them. Now taking a look at the outdoor truck antenna, this is securely packaged, and this is really a retail product that we include in the box. Completely gives you everything that you need. When you take a look at it, open it up, and you're going to find the entire antenna ready to assemble. Here's the antenna itself. There are these two extension rods. You get plenty of cable. You get the mount that goes on the truck itself, and you get an optional spring. There's also a couple of parts that help you mount it all together. Here's a quick walkthrough of how to install. Start with the outside antenna for the car. Make sure that the car is nice and clean, because once you attach that antenna, you might attach it with adhesive if you can't use the magnet, and you want to make sure it actually sticks. Make sure it's far away from other antennas and route it into the door. Now, some people will route it under the weather strip. If you're comfortable doing this, it really is the best way to install. If you're not comfortable, just route it around the weather strip. You'll still be fine. Nothing to worry about there. Installing the inside antenna into your car is very easy. You get Velcro, you get adhesive, you can mount it any way you want. You can put it on the side of your seat if that's the way you want to go, or you can put it on the dashboard. The important thing here is just not to hide it. You want to make sure it is visible. It may not be the prettiest thing in the world, but it does hard work and it needs to be seen. Do not put the antenna on an airbag or any safety surface. That's important. The next thing you're going to want to do is attach all of the cables. You got the mounting bracket here, and you can use the Velcro if you want to assemble it, and then get that booster in there, and finally attach the outside cable into one side, the inside cable into the other side, and the last thing that you're going to want to do after all of that stuff is done is insert the power plug. The power adapter is designed to go into a lighter socket or utility cord, as you will, connected to its own plug right there in the booster, and attach the other side into your utility socket. Once you've got it in nice and secure, that's pretty much all you need to do. The green light shows you that it's working. Let's see how you install it in your truck. The most important thing to do is find a location to mount it. Now, this particular video is going to make sure that you can do it on a rod mount, but you don't have to do it on a rod mount. That's just up to you. It's just got to be 12 inches away from any other antenna. Here we're putting it on a rod mount, but it really doesn't have to be. That's the most important thing. Next thing you got to do is assemble the outdoor antenna. It's modular. You can make it as tall as you want. You don't have to use both extenders if you don't want. Just feed the cable through, whichever you want to do, or both, and screw the top of the antenna into the rod. Make sure it's nice and secure. The other end of the antenna gets a little bit of thread locker to make sure that it's all going to stay in there. The thread locker is included. Put that anywhere that you want it to be a nice, secure seal. Tighten it up. And finally, feed the cable through this little bit so that it will go out sideways. Attach all of that. And then finally, you're going to be ready to mount it to a bar or whatever. If you want to use the optional antenna spring, you can use that as well. Mount the antenna, and you should be able to do this in sort of a permanent way. You got a mount here which is going to attach to a lot of different surfaces. Put it on a way that it makes sense to you, but always make sure that that top part is at the top. Don't install it upside down. Use the washer and the nut to install the antenna securely. Then run the antenna cable through the door. We prefer that you do it through the weather stripping, but you do not have to. That's up to you. And then attach the internal antenna onto a nice clean surface using either the Velcro or the adhesive strip. Totally up to you how you want to do it here. You don't want to put it onto airbags, as I've said before. That could be a safety concern. Once you've done all of that, all you have to do is connect up the booster, the same one that you took out of the car, screw it in, and you will be all set. Plug in both antennas, plug in the power adapter the same way that you would have done it inside the car. Find a good place to place that booster. And once again, once you get that green light, you know that it's going to be working.
You know, I really like this amplifier, and I've said it before, it's the most powerful one that you can get, and it's solidly built, and this is WeBoost quality. When we looked at building something like this, we decided not to reinvent the wheel. We decided to work with an established partner, and that meant that all of the tough stuff had already been done, and we could bring this to market a lot faster. You can get the Solid Signal Rover Duo systems at solidsignal.com. They're also available at your favorite large website, no matter where you look. Just search for Solid Signal Rover Duo. Now, if you've got questions about how this system works, if you need technical support with it, if you've got questions on anything that wasn't covered in this video, we'll call the experts. Call Solid Signal at 888-233-7563. We're here for you during East Coast business hours. We're here for you. We're going to give you the best customer service that we possibly can, and we do answer the phone. So please check out the Solid Signal Rover Duo system.